Hello everyone. Well, in this video, I'm going to discuss how to pass the response of one request as an input to the another request. That means I'm going to discuss about the request chaining. So basically in the request chaining, multiple requests are sent and the response of one request becomes the input of the another request. So let me show you how it is done. Inside our current feature file, let me add one more scenario for the request chaining. So this is the scenario which I'm going to automate. First, I will create the new job entry by sending the post request. And from the response of this request, I will extract the job ID as well as the job title. After this, I'm going to send the patch request. And in the patch request, the value of the query parameter will be set by the information which we extract from the post request. Then again, I'm going to extract the job ID and the job title from the response of the patch request. After this, I'm going to send the get request with query parameter. And in this get request, the value of the query parameter will be set by the information which we extract from the response of the patch request. And then I'm going to add the validation on the response of the get request. That is whether the job description has been updated or not. So first, I'm going to send the post request to create the new job entry. So let me copy this three statement to our current scenario. So let us look at the helper feature file. So inside this helper feature file, we are already exposing the variable which will have the job ID from the response. In the similar manner, I will expose one more variable that will return the job title also. So after this statement, I'm going to store the job ID and the job title in a variable. As we know that the create job variable is going to point to the context which is used for invoking this feature file. So I need to use this context in order to access the variable that are exposed by this feature file. And in the similar manner, one more variable for job title. Then I'm going to send the patch request. Given path and the context path to the patch endpoint. Then we need to attach the query parameters. So in the patch request, the value of the query parameter will be set by the information which we extracted from the post request. So basically, I'm going to use these two variables. As this is a JSON object, so I need to use the embedded expression in order to access the variable value. Let me create one more variable that will have the updated value for the job description. And I will use this variable in the query parameters. After this statement, I need to attach the header along with the patch request. Then we need to attach the empty request body. And after that, I will send the request and add the validation on the status code. Then I'm going to extract the job title as well as the job ID from the response of the patch request. For that, I'm going to reuse these two variables. In order to extract the information from the response of the patch request, I will use the response keyword. After this, I'm going to send the GET request with the query parameters. So given path and the context path for the GET endpoint. After this, I'm going to attach the query parameters. And then attach the header and then send the request. Also, I'm going to add the validation on the response. Basically, I'm going to check the job description property in the response and it should get updated. So let me go ahead and run the runner. So our scenario is passing. So in this scenario, basically we sent the post request, we extracted the information from the response of the post request and use that information as an input to our patch request. Then again extract the information from the response of the patch request and use that as an input to the GET request. So this is how you can do the request chaining.